Hello everyone, it's Jeff again. I'm here today with a contest video, and this time it's for the gender bending contest run by Rachel, the Music Man VC, um, who was trying to do the contest to get her count pushed up to 100. And as of this morning, when I looked at her channel, she had 180. So I'm glad this contest has been very successful for you, Rachel, and thought I would throw my hat into the ring here before the deadline. I think there's still a few days left to get into this contest, so I have a rare morning alone, so I can do things that I want to get done today, and this was one of the things I wanted to do. So briefly, the contest, as I said, is to show 5 albums or references. It could be a book or any form of media referring to playing with gender. So I actually have 7 albums here. I was looking through my collection and I was pulling stuff. There's a couple obvious ones, but I've watched like maybe 1 or 2 other entries. I generally try not to watch them until I've made my own. And I've seen a few that I'm going to be using too because they're just so popular. And it's what I have in my collection. But maybe there might be hopefully something in here that might surprise you, Rachel. So I'm going to start with an album that made them famous, kind of, when before they really became famous, but I'm talking about Hall & Oates. This is their self-titled album from 75. And I know this album cover was famous for their gender bending qualities. Unfortunately, this copy doesn't have the custom inner because I know, or was it a gatefold? This is a repress. But I think there was either a gatefold or a custom inner sleeve that had more photos of them dressed like this. So this was probably, there's really nothing much on the back here. It's very shiny silver cover. This was probably the tail end of the glam period, I would think. And Hall & Oates are hardly a glam rock band, but for whatever reason, they chose to go with this to put on their album cover. So, yeah, went with Hall & Oates to lead this off. Then, probably another obvious one, but I'm throwing it out there. Anyway, this is the Rolling Stones' Some Girls. And as you can see, the famous cover with the inserts. This is the uncensored version or the unedited version. And of course, Mick Jagger always, at least in the 60s and 70s, kind of played around with the with gender in his performances. And there's something about like British comedy shows or even bands that they like to dress up in women's clothes. Just a thing, I guess. But yeah, I went with the cover here for Some Girls by the Stones. Then another probably obvious one, Lola by the Kinks. This is a fantastic album, and I'm sure everybody knows the lyrics to the title track, Lola. That's my third entry. This one here, I'm going to have to open the gatefold up. This is Roxy Music's second album called For Your Pleasure. I'll just show you here's the back. And here is the gatefold. This is from their early glam period where they were kind of dressing up in women's clothes and putting on makeup and stuff like that. This is a great album too, and I have all of Roxy's albums except their very first one. I know Hannah just showed it on Instagram, and I'm like, damn it, I got to get that album. This is their second one, and it's great. It's called For Your Pleasure. So I went with that, and probably the most famous, or I would say at least tied for one of the most famous gender bending songs or artists, is Lou Reed. And of course, this is his album Transformer. Here's the back cover. And this album contains his biggest hit, Walk on the Wild Side, which I'm also sure everyone knows. So I went with this one as well. These were all easy pulls. And then I know I watched Bill the Vinyl Versus entry just this morning. He mentioned Bowie 2. He showed Hunky Dory. I'm showing Bowie 2. I'm going with Ziggy. You know, with Bowie, you know, he was such a chameleon when it came to his look and his music, you know, as well. But he was able to easily blur the line between genders quite easily. So he is probably hit this and the Transformer album are probably the two most famous, I would think. But then again, you also have, sorry about it, fell over. You also have Freddie Mercury and Queen. This is the soundtrack to the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, or as my daughters call it, Bo Rap. And the song that the reason why I pulled this one is called I Want to Break Free. And I think they show the making of that video in the movie. But if you see the actual video of this song, you can see Freddie Mercury playing the housewife and vacuuming in some provocative clothing and makeup. Of course, he still has his mustache. So that's the reason why I went with this. So there you have it. There's 7 examples that I was able to find relatively easy of albums that kind of showed a little bit of gender bending qualities. So I hope that's acceptable entry for you, Rachel. I think your channel's great. Honestly, I discovered you through your entry for my contest, so I wanted to return the favor. I want to make sure I got this in before the deadline. And I've been looking at some of your videos and enjoying them quite a lot. So thanks for being a welcome addition to the VC. And I hope this contest actually pushes you over the 200 subscriber mark. That would be really awesome. And I'm subscribed to you, of course. So yeah, I'm very happy to do this for you. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this time. We'll see you again soon. So until then, peace. It's your boy Jeff, and I'll see you soon.